Fates going around, which meant that I got a hit on him before he could even fake the vault of the pallet. And so we all know that they're back at this hook trying to heal before I get back, but luckily I got that down fast on tap, and now I just go for the ace, which is injured. Someone that was healthy, which there wasn't really anyone, should have went for the save, but or the tap should have lasted longer in chase, but it's hard to do when so much is going on. Like there's so many deaths, it's hard to just keep chase going when the game's already over. So I just break this pallet because it is quite a tricky pallet to mind game. Luckily I managed to out-mind game them on that pallet 2 times, but I don't want to try and do it anymore. So I'm just going for this Kate. We know that she likes to double back, so a short face she actually ends up not double backing. She just wants to make this pallet in time, and yeah, I just break the pallet. She has nowhere to go because the map is it's pretty much of a giant dead zone, but it has some pallets. Um, so I just keep chasing her. She's got life value, so I just use my face to catch up. It's pretty buggy, I'm not sure why. But yeah, I just keep thinking that she's going to double back, but no, she just wants to get life value to Shaq, but someone already dropped Shaq, so there's not really much to do here except get Hatch, but I can't hear Hatch, so yeah, it's good for her. Maybe she knew that the Hatch was there. So that match is finished now, and the tap thought that I played really well. That they thought that I was in the wrong MMR range for this match. I don't. I feel like solo queue always has this same MMR. Like it doesn't ever go up or down. You're just matched with random people. So pretty much most solo queue matches are really easy to go against. And that's why I think ranked should come back, or that there should be a competitive mode so that the good players don't have to be put with the like large range of MMR. But the next match I'm on Shelter Woods, the new version, and this one's quite big. This is a full 4-man Swift. Someone's running around with a Sable toolbox. Someone is running around with a flashlight, and they're all trying to protect each other. I go for the Lara because I just feel like I just have a weird feeling that she's going to be new, but she's actually not. She's pretty good. She's patient at this palette. That's just a short swing. It's easy to get around the palette and then just get a quick hit. Which I've done in the last match as well. Just a quick short phase around the palette. They can't really go far. They could drop the palette, they could vault the palette, but usually they'll hesitate or try and walk away, which I get a hit easily. I lose that Lara because I don't hear her sound, so I just go for the Leon instead. He was working on the generator, then he ran away, so it was easy to track him. And yeah, I can't short phase this person because he's just got no sound because I've not got any sound on my headphones, so I just walk him down, short phase, walk him down. This is really low skilled spirit though. I do not recommend short phasing for every single thing because if you short phase then you have to wait for her whole cooldown to come back, then you just have to walk very slowly to catch up to the person. And against very good survivors, they're not going to let you get a short face on them. They're going to make sure that you use your whole power to at least try to catch them. But this Adam, yeah, is just playing really weird. I cannot play Spirit at this 4 wall. I have to just like try my best to find another chase, but luckily he runs away from the 4 wall and I managed to land on his head and I get a swing on him. So he's injured, and now this is just an easy pallet. Just have to quickly short phase. That was a longer phase, but still, it's an easy pallet, even with no sound. He wasn't walking on the grass, so I knew that he was off the grass. Usually they'll try to camp the pallet when you're in phase, because if you manage to land on top of them, then they can easily just quickly drop the pallet. So luckily I got the lunge on them, and I come back to this generator because I knew that they were grouped up on it, and I go for this Leon again. He seems to run straight in a line, but for some reason I don't catch on that he's doing that, and I just keep short phasing because it's just a safer option. But really, it's actually just giving him a lot of distance, and these scratch marks catch me off. Now that I'm watching the video, I can see that the scratch marks go off into the distance and that he's just W gaming, he's just running and running, and I have to try and catch up to him. I think now I realise that he's just like holding W, so yeah, I do. I just hold my phase for a little bit longer and I now manage to catch him off and get a hit. So now that we know that he's W gaming, we can just hold our phase again. The scratch marks just stop instantly, so that must mean that he's double backing or trying to do some mind game. My totem ends up disappearing, but I just quickly put it back. He obviously has to drop the pallet anyway, so I may as well just should do something whilst he drops the pallet. And we're back here now, but my mouse was broken at the time, so I unfortunately just short swing. But I would have maybe managed to get a hit there if I was able to get a full swing. It's hard to also keep track of the scratch marks because I don't know which direction they're going in, and when they make a turn around the corner, it seems like the scratch marks just completely stop, and so I have to come out, and so now I'm just like walking down this ladder because she was caught off guard, she was out of place, and she was an easy target to just hit. So I just walk her down, hook her, and now the Leon's gone again for free. So I have to kind of look for him, watch. He's around the back area, but I just decide to leave him alone because he's healing, wasting time. And now I try and find a generator that someone is working on, which I find is Adam. But we know that the Adam is kind of good now because he's not predictable. He just runs around randomly, kind of. But we try and just get him down anyway. That was obvious. Like, it's obvious that he's trying to run to a pallet, and I managed to get the hit through the pallet, and now he's back to this 4 wall, which is really difficult to try and catch him on because I know that he's just going to be random, he's going to just run around randomly, and it's not going to be easy at all. It looks like he runs for the vault, and he vaults it 2 times, and I don't realise until it's too late because I don't get any sound notifications, just the visual notification, which is too late. This is an easy palette. It's like short. It's easy to catch them on, and luckily he vaults back thinking that I'm going to go around to the palette to catch him off, but I didn't even know he was around there. So luckily I just got a hit. This Lara manages to just get the Sabo off, which is unfortunate because I don't know how long she was doing it for, but it seemed like she wasn't on that hook for a long time, and now she's out of place again. So it's just like easy to kind of catch her. She uses this vault, but I can just drop down this side and then possibly try and catch her off. She is on the grass a little bit, but the scratch mark's cut off, so I lose her. But I lose her in phase, but then I find her again here. And she's back at this easy palette. I just need to phase around quickly and then catch her off, but she's went somewhere. Yeah, I didn't see the scratch marks going that way. So I lose her again, but managed to catch back up. And that's pretty obvious that she's doing that because she's just running in a straight line. I can see the scratch marks even going that way towards the pallet, and that Leon misses the pallet anyway, luckily. It was kind of close, but they miss it. And this is why I think that they're in a 4-man stack, because they're all just trying to help each other. Like Lara's getting the sabotage on the hook, and then Leon is running around with a flashlight. Adam is also around trying to do something to save the Lara. So back on this Adam, we know he's very good. I shouldn't be chasing him, and this is kind of like a god loop at this point. Yeah, he fakes the vault, but it's pretty simple. He manages to get that off too. And this is now when I realise that there's actually two Adams that look the exact same. And I got a bit confused on how he managed to heal over the pallet, but it turns out there's actually just another Adam there. And so I try and chase this Adam to see if he's any different, if he's worse at looping or if he's better. And it seems like, I don't know, it was a bit predictable that he was here, but I just got lost with the scratch marks. And he's just done the same FOV tech, probably because the other Adam told him that I got FOV tech, so he should probably try it as well. But no, it doesn't work. I feel like not having this sense of sound could also mess up other parts of just performance, or at least my performance, based on like little tricks like the FOV tech. It just caught me off because I couldn't hear footsteps coming around the rock, and so yeah, it just caught me off guard a bit. I lose this Leon because the scratch marks seem to just end, but I catch this Lara out. She's trying to come in for the save, but she's also out in a dead zone. She's got finesse, so she's going to use it. I don't think she has life though, because she would have got much more distance there, and she would have also W gained some it, probably to the shack. Instead, she actually watched for what I was doing at that TNL wall, and she didn't play for distance. She just played to not get hit. And this is a very easy palette to mind game, even in phase without sound. Just a little short phase, and she thought that I was still phasing, even though I just came out of phase and managed to catch it off. Because she was crouching, trying to hide her sound, I think. Or she was trying to blend in with the rock as well. And instead of going for this Lara, the Leon gives me a down, which I really don't mind. It's just another hook for me. We're on one gen left anyway. It's not easy. This is a 4-man stack, and I've got no sound, so I'm not really bothered how it goes. I know that I've got like 6 hooks right now, which is not bad, considering that they're a 4-man stack and I've got absolutely no sound trying to predict where they all are in chase. So the Adam's back, and they're trying to protect the Leon. I just get a free hit. I actually don't want the Leon at all. I just want the Adam, because I don't like tunneling, I don't like camping or anything like that. I see the grass move, and I feel like he's running back towards me. That's a nice little mind game that you can do at Shack. You can like pretend to go along the window wall outside, and they'll think that you're coming along, but then actually just double back into the Shack, and it'll catch them off guard. For some reason, this Adam is down at the bottom of the map, where there's one generator. I think he tried to sneak in for save, but I just managed to catch him off that. And now there's 2 people not doing any gens. There's also someone coming for save, so that just means that there should be at least one person on a gen. Maybe not though. The Leon also might be sneaking around for save if it's him that's meant to be working on a generator. And I'll luckily just get a easy phase on that palette because it's so short, it's so unsafe to play. And I'm not sure why the Leon has taken a hit here because I'd definitely still make that hook. I think it's 12 seconds for a hook, for to carry a survivor on your shoulder. So you have to take loads of hits to make the killer drop the survivor. But yeah, the Leon didn't make any vault there. He already used a pallet, and it's pretty much the same as the Yamaoka estate maps. Like if you use one pallet, then that area is pretty much a dead zone until you get to the next jungle gym or the next pallet. It's a giant map. It used to have a lot of loops, a lot of pallets, a lot of jungle gyms. It used to be really strong for Survivor, but now it's a lot more toned down, a lot more. I don't know if it's balanced, but it's it's definitely different from what it used to be. And I really don't like looping this four wall because it's so random. She seems to be just looping the same thing over and over again, but no, I don't think it's easy to catch anyone there. And then the Adam comes in for a hit, which I don't mind at all. Like, that's just one more injured state, I'm not bothered. But somehow I managed to predict that the Lara was going for that vault. And then the Leon just comes out of nowhere and manages to get a flashlight save, which is fair enough. I can't hear him, I can't hear his injured noises, I can't hear his footsteps. And I think he had background player as well, which made it a lot easier for him to get the flashlight save, including the fact that flashlight saves are a lot easier to get now, since you don't have to time them perfectly like you used to do back in the older patches. And I'm kind of just defending this hook, or I think she was trying to come in for the save, but actually he was already dead. I don't know if she realised that, or maybe she just wanted to take chase because she thought it was fun. She thought it was like a new bit spirit because I don't have any sound. And I thought she would get finesse value here because it's 20% for a vault, I think. And I thought she would just manage to catch that, but somehow I managed to get the hit instead. And that's everyone dead apart from the Adam, one of the Adams. I'm not sure where he is. I can't even predict where he could be. So that's the end of this match. It was interesting. I thought I was completely going to lose this, but I think they were playing for fun because they thought I was a newer killer. But yeah, it was a good match overall.